Hey everyone, welcome back to Creekside Homestead, Alaska. Today is all about freezer meal lunches. We just did breakfast. Now we're moving on to our lunches, and this could not be any easier to do. And I'm going to do all of this in less than an hour. These are three very, very quick and easy meals that you can throw together for lunches. Flash freeze these, throw them in the freezer, take them out and reheat them in the microwave or in your air fryer. And it's just a really quick and easy out the door lunch. So we're gonna be making ham and cheese pockets. These are so good. They're filled with ooey gooey melty cheese. They're so yummy. And then we've got chicken and black bean quesadillas. The prep on this one is super simple because you're gonna have pre-cooked shredded chicken ready to go. So those take zero time, well, very little time to put together. And then we've got our cheeseburger quesadillas, which is probably my favorite. They're so, so good. Okay, well maybe the ham and cheese are my favorite. I don't know, I like them all. Anyways, so come join me. Let's get cooking. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna start with is our ham and cheese pockets. This is really, really, really simple. I'm going for convenience here, so I bought pie crusts, and this is just 2 rolled up pie crusts. Obviously you can make your own. And you can also use puff pastry. That would be another option. And then I'm going to spread mine with a little bit of mustard. You don't have to do that. I've got some deli sliced ham here, some good old American sliced cheese, and I've got some shredded Gruyere. I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's what that is. And then I've got an egg wash here. All this does, and this should make 8 pockets. And I set these pie crusts, I took them out of the fridge about 45 minutes ago maybe. Or else it's not gonna roll up very good. What am I smelling? All right, so you just take your dough, and I'm just gonna roll it out till it's pretty thin. I would say like an 1/8 of an inch maybe. All right, that one looks good, and we're just gonna trim up these edges. I'm just gonna take a butter knife and square this up as much as possible. I mean, I guess you don't have to do this, it just makes them a little presentation-wise. All right. And then I'm just going to cut this into 4 squares. I'm going to roll each one of these out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to take a squirt of mustard, and I'm just going to squirt it on 1/2 of that. Brush it on so you get a little bit, if you're using mustard. That looks perfect. Take our cheese slice. Again, you can use whatever cheese you want. I just like this American cheese because it melts really good. Slice of ham. It's pretty wet. Just gonna pat that ham a little drier. Lay that down on top of the cheese. Make sure you leave a gap so you can, I left about maybe a 1/2 inch edge. And then take some of that cheese, shredded cheese, on top. And you can chop up your ham slices if you want. Again, I'm going for convenience and ease, so fold over and then just crimp it. You can use a fork and just make sure everything gets tucked in there. Nice and sealed. And then I'm just going to take my fork and I'm going to poke a couple holes at the top so it vents. That's it. That's how simple that one is. And then we're just going to keep doing this. Like I said, I'm going to get 8 out of that. Ooh, I see some tearage there. Just pinch it back together. I'm going to get the rest of these done. Those are going to go in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Not done. Once all of these are done, I'm going to brush them with this egg wash, and then they're going to go in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so now I took that second piece of the second pizza crust, and I've got that all rolled out. And I wanted to, I mean, again, these don't have to be perfect, but if you find that you don't have a big enough square to make it fold over evenly, just take one of those trimmed pieces that you started with in the beginning when you were squaring everything off, and just press it in there, fill it in there. I also did that. I had a couple of holes, so I just took a couple pieces of this and just placed it on there. These would also be great to have on hand for, you know, when the kids get home from school. And I know when my kids were in the house, living at home still, especially because they were all in sports, having convenient, ready to go meals for them was pretty much a non-negotiable because they were extremely busy kids and teenagers. That is the last one. Already in no time at all, we've got 8 lunch meals. The last thing I'm going to do is take this egg wash. It's just one beaten up egg, and I put a little bit of water in there. This is going to make them all nice and golden. All right. Again, those are going to go in the oven, 400 for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll check them at 10 minutes and rotate the trays so they cook evenly. Clean my mess up, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to our chicken and black bean burritos. All right, you think that, oh my goodness, they're done. I don't know if you could see them. So we're gonna put these up here. We're gonna let those cool completely before we put them. Again, I'll flash freeze these as well so that they're easy to take out individually. And then they'll go in the freezer. So this is another super, super easy one to put together, our chicken and black bean burritos. And all we're gonna do is throw these things together, flash freeze them once I roll them up, and then they'll go into a gallon freezer bag. And then when one of us wants one, we take it out and heat it up in the microwave or in the air fryer, and we're good to go for lunch. So I've got some already pre-cooked shredded chicken, and this is 4 chicken breasts. I just happened to have found chicken on sale, believe it or not. Chicken breasts on sale, so I grabbed a pack of those. But you can use a rotisserie chicken and, you know, shred that up as well. And then I've got 2 cans of black beans here, rinsed and drained. And then I've got shredded cheese and our tortillas. And again, for convenience, I'm using store-bought tortillas this time instead of making my own, because I don't have any in the freezer. I'm completely out, so I need to do a huge batch of my sourdough flour tortillas. So we're using those today. And I've already seasoned the chicken, so I seasoned it up with some chili powder, cumin, garlic, and pepper. So that's what that is. Now we're going to season up these black beans, and you can put whatever you want. Now I'm putting a little bit of cumin, a little bit of dried cilantro, not a lot, some garlic, oh, and I'll probably put some pepper. Pepper. And then I'm gonna put a splash of red wine vinegar. It's like kind of how I make my Cuban black beans. I just love that flavor. Give those a stir. Give it a quick taste. Really good. That's really it. I'm telling you, these could not get any easier. And I'm gonna shoot for 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna take a little bit of chicken, and as always, you know, do these according to what you like in them. I mean, you could add vegetables, you could add cooked rice to it. Top it with cheese. Roll them up. That's it. This is easily going to make 10. And I think with leftovers, I'll either make something for dinner with it tomorrow, or I'll mix whatever's left together and throw it in the freezer. Come on, get in there. Just keep rolling. Other things that I like to keep on hand in the summer for just quick grab and goes. I like to always have some sort of like sandwich spread. Usually it's either chicken, salmon, or egg salad. And then that makes a super fast sandwich, or, you know, on a couple crackers or something. And I also like to have hard-boiled eggs. Because I'm so busy in the summer, I forget to eat lunch half the time. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is so that I have stuff on hand, and Sean too. A lot of times we'll just forget to eat lunch. Next thing you know, it's close to dinner time. So this will be very convenient for the both of us. And then I also, especially with all the fresh veggies that will be coming in the garden, I like to have cut up veggies ready to go, because then I find that I'm more apt to eat something, even if it's something really small. And I'm going to have quite a bit of this left over, so I think while I'm doing this, I'll just make a couple extra for our lunches today. So those are done. I'm going to put those in the freezer, flash freeze those, and those will go in a bag. And our final lunch meal, freezer meal, is our cheeseburger quesadillas. So again, very few ingredients for this one, our cheeseburger quesadillas. I've got 2 pounds of ground beef. Well, this is moose, but you can use ground beef. I've got some mustard, ketchup, W sauce, garlic, salt, pepper, probably 1 smallish cut up onion diced, and some shredded cheese. So I'm going to let this brown up for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add our onion in there. Let that all cook together for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get our sauce going. If that's what you want to call it. My handy dandy little tool here for mashing up the burger meat. Moose meat is extremely lean, so I actually had a little bit of bacon grease that I added to the bottom of this, so it doesn't stick. But if you're using ground beef, you don't need to do that. You'll actually have to drain the grease off, to whereas with using moose, I don't have to do that because it's not going to have any grease. Okay, so now I'm going to just add my diced up onions in there. Let those cook up for about 5 minutes. Okay, that's all heated up. Onions are nice and cooked. And now I'm just gonna start adding stuff. And I have no measurements for this. I'm eyeballing pretty much what I like on a cheeseburger. I mean, you could put, okay, so I've got mustard, W sauce. I'm putting some ketchup, garlic, and pepper. I think that's it. You could add pickle relish, I guess, if you wanted to. I personally don't think that would, I'd rather do that. Oh, that was a lot of garlic. I'd rather have those on the side with it. Fresh, well, not fresh, but cold. And then we're just gonna mix that up. I'll probably need to add more in there. I don't think that's quite enough. And I'm also going to add some shredded cheese to this, as well as on top. And we're gonna go back to that good old all-American sliced cheese for the top of it. You could also add Thousand Island dressing to this if you wanted to. But again, I prefer to have that on the side with it, like dipping it, instead of salsa and sour cream like you would on a traditional quesadilla. I would use Thousand Island for this one. Let's add some cheese. You can't really have too much cheese, can you? I don't think so. Not in my world. We're gonna let that cool for just a little bit so it's a little bit easier to handle. All right, I think I've got 6 tortillas left, maybe 5 because I used one for lunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to fold these in half, and then we're going to cook them up. I think I can get 2 on here. I haven't heated this up yet, so yeah, I can get 2 on there. And then I'm going to cook them up and then cut them in half, so that'll make 10 lunches. So that's awesome. All right, so we're just gonna take, probably would help to heat that up. Take a little bit of this, should. And then I'm gonna take 1 piece of cheese, lay it on the top there. Take some butter and get it on there. And that is quesadilla number 1. Oh yeah, nice and toasty golden. So I'm gonna put those on a tray and keep doing the rest. All right, last one. Clean up and wrap this up. All right, so here we have it. Guys, this took me less than an hour to do all of this because I already had the chicken cooked. Even easier, you could go buy a rotisserie chicken and use that for the burritos. And then I think the most we did cooking wise was brown up the ground beef, or in my case moose. So final count, we got a total of 28 freezer meal lunches. That is going to be so nice to have during our busy time of the summer. Next up will be, you guessed it, freezer meal dinners. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.